You earn money. You get raises. You buy the things you always wanted. And every time someone mentions investing, you say, I'll start later. 20 years pass. Now you're 40 years old. And one day, a simple question changes everything. If I had invested just a little bit back then, where would I be today? That's when you realize the most expensive thing you ever bought was waiting. You are 20 years old. Your first paycheck hits your bank account. It isn't much, but it feels amazing. Freedom, possibility. The future seems unlimited. Someone tells you about investing. They explain stocks, index funds, compound growth, retirement accounts. But honestly, you don't care. 40 years sounds like forever. You tell yourself, I'll start when I make more money. Instead, you spend. New clothes, new gadgets, weekend outings, little purchases that make life feel good. Nothing seems wrong. After all, you're young, and young people have time. Or so you think. 5 years pass. You're making more money now. Life is moving fast. You get a better job, maybe a new apartment, maybe a car. Your income increases. But so do your expenses. Every month, there's something else demanding your money. Rent, bills, trips, entertainment. Again, someone mentions investing. They show you how even small amounts can grow over decades. You nod. It sounds smart. You promise yourself, I'll start next year. Next year comes, and nothing changes. Because the problem was never money. It was procrastination. You're 30 now. The years are moving faster. Suddenly, your 20s feel like yesterday. You have responsibilities. Maybe a family. Maybe a mortgage. Maybe people depending on you. You still aren't investing. Not because you don't know you should, but because life always seems more urgent. There's always another bill, another emergency, another reason to wait. Then, one evening, a friend mentions their investment portfolio. They've been investing since their early 20s. Their money has grown. Not because they're smarter than you, not because they're richer than you, but because they started, and you didn't. For the first time, you feel slightly uncomfortable. At 35, reality starts getting louder. You notice conversations changing. People aren't talking about parties anymore. They're talking about assets, retirement, financial freedom, passive income. You begin hearing stories. Someone invested early and bought a home. Someone built a 6-figure portfolio. Someone's investments now earn more than their salary. You smile and congratulate them. But deep down, you wonder what your own numbers would look like. One night, curiosity gets the best of you. You open an investment calculator. You enter a small amount, just $200 per month. Then you set the starting age to 20. The result appears. You stare at the screen. Then you change the starting age to 35. The number drops dramatically. That's when it hits you. You didn't lose money. You lost time. And time was the most valuable asset of all. Now you're 40. You look back. You remember every time you said, later. Later became next year. Next year became next decade. Next year became 20 years. You start calculating. What if you had invested a little from every paycheck? What if you had started with just enough to build the habit? What if you had trusted time to do the heavy lifting? The numbers don't lie. The difference isn't thousands. It's potentially hundreds of thousands, maybe even more. Not because investing is magic, but because compound growth rewards patience, and patience requires time, the one thing you can never get back. For a moment, regret tries to take over. You think about all the missed opportunities, all the years that slipped away. But then you realize something important. You're still alive. You're still earning. And your story isn't over. Yes, starting at 20 would have been better. Starting at 25 would have been better. Starting at 30 would have been better. But starting today is better than waiting until 50. The second best time to plant a tree is now. So instead of focusing on the years you lost, you focus on the years you still have. Because the future doesn't care when you should have started. It only cares whether you start. Imagine two versions of yourself. One keeps waiting. The other starts today. Fast forward 10 years. Which version would you rather become?
The truth is simple. Most people don't fail because they invest badly. They fail because they never begin. So if this story taught you anything, remember this. Time doesn't stop. The clock keeps moving. And every day you wait is one less day your money has to grow. The question isn't whether investing is important. The question is, how many more years are you willing to give away before you start?